All right, hello and welcome to this lesson where we're going to take our symbolism that we created for our Bucket Drops app and make an app launcher icon out of this. All right, so what we want to do is go to File, New, and we're going to specify 1024 by 1024. And up for the name, we're going to make this app launcher. And everything else can be left the same. We'll hit OK. And then what we want to do is take the rounded rectangle tool. We're going to left click anywhere. And we're going to specify the width 1024, height 1024. Corner radius will be 160 points. Now, you may ask yourself why exactly those dimensions. Well, as you can see here, this is at the developer.apple.com. This is official guides for your icon and image sizes. And we can see under here, under Assets, under the app icon for the App Store, which is required for all apps, we'll see we have a max size of 1024 by 1024. Now the border radius for an app icon is also very specific, and it happens to be at a 1024 by 1024 size, it would be 160. For half this size, of course, 512 by 512, it would be 80. All right, so we'll hit OK, and we'll get this lined up right there. And for your actual icon, the background, you could take this in many different directions. I'm going to get rid of the stroke right here. So under Swatches panel, I'm going to hit the red slash. And I'm personally going to give it a gradient, a radial gradient originating from the center out. So under the gradient panel, and by the way, if you don't see some of these panels I'm using, just go to Window and then open it up. We're going to type radial. And we want to make sure, though, we're selected on the foreground right here. So type radial. And then we can see the gradient pickers down here, the sliders. So for the first one, I do have a specific color code in mind for both of them, actually. And of course, you can always experiment and choose your own by double-clicking, coming over here, choosing any of these colors, and then you can play with the sliders yourself. That's how you can kind of choose your own color scheme. For us, we're going to be using a purple color scheme for our app, make it really stand out. And so what I want to do for the first color picker here, I'm going to double-click on it. And for the hex code, I'm going to paste this in and hit enter. And then for the second one, I also have another one. And by the way, if you want to use that same one, it is 93278F. The second one, if I come over here, paste this in, this is 1B1464, hit enter. And then I want to make this come out a little bit further than this. I want to see less of this bluish. So we'll go over here and I will drag this out further. Maybe even further than that. Now I'm going to hold Alt and scroll out just so I can see a little bit more. I think right there is pretty good. I like that. Okay, now we're going to switch back to our icon. I'm going to copy this and then paste it. And we can see right there, we see the two green smart guides, and we'll see that this is centered horizontally and vertically. And then I'm going to take it, left click, hold Shift and Alt, and scale this up. And we'll make it white. That might be a little bit too big, so I'm going to scale it down, roughly right around there. If we Control 1, we can kind of zoom up and see what this looks like a little bit better. I can also take both of these, copy them. I'm going to take this and scale this down. Paste these, scale those down. Oops, 1 second. There we go. Oh, these are smart corners right now, which I need to turn off. So we're going to go Window. If that's happening to you, go to Window, Transform. And we want to make sure Scale Rectangle Corners as well as Scale Strokes and Effects. So now we can hold Shift and left click and scale those down. I want to make sure I have both of these selected. And there you go. This is what our app icon looks like, along with just the symbolism itself. And we'll come over here and make sure you save this as well. So I'm going to save this as App Launcher. All right, and there you go. That is the icon and then what will also serve as the logo for our app. So in the next lesson, we're going to step into Adobe Photoshop to begin designing the mock-ups of our app. All right, so I'll see you then.